Glorious day to you, my friends. Hikanara, hisko utu urhatara hishanara. Happy 2-2 portal. It is February 2nd, 2025. In a year 9, a year of rebirth. This 2-2 portal, 22. This master number, the master builder. This idea that this master within us, our true authentic self, knows how to build anything and everything in this physical universe, inherent in our true nature. Not only are we celebrating the 2-2 portal today, we're celebrating Imlig or Imbolc, which happened yesterday, technically, St. Bridget's Day. Also the goddess Brig. We're celebrating the Lunar New Year. And we're now in the year of the wood snake. And there are 13 moons in this Lunar New Year. One for each of the chakras or energy centers that we discussed in the Being series, and a 13th for Om, your true nature, the source of you and the source of everything, the sound that created this universe. This Kundalini energy that starts out coiled in our root chakra, Muladhara, and when activated, rises up through all the chakras, and it helps us reside in our lotus of awareness, in our crown chakra, as our true authentic self. And this Kundalini energy is simply your true power, your true energy, just another name for it. And yesterday, being Imlig, Imbolc, as some call it, is one of the quarter festivals in the wheel of the year. It's also St. Bridget's Day, and also honoring the goddess Brig, the Celtic goddess Brig. Imlig simply means in the belly, where the sheep have already mated and the young lamb is growing in the womb, in the belly, and will be born sometime in the springtime. And this gives us an opportunity to talk about Samavritti Pranayama. Well, first, Imlig is halfway between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. It's the ending of the quarter of the year, or the season of darkness. Besides it being now, in Samavritti Pranayama, if we overlay Samavritti, this box breath, on top of the wheel of the year, this decision point is our decision to breathe in. This box breath, we breathe in for a count of 3 or 4 or 5, but the sama is same. So we use the same count on the in-breath, and then we hold with a full set of lungs, air in our lungs, and we hold for the same count. And then we breathe out for the same count. And then we hold our breath with an empty set of lungs for the same count. In for 4, hold for 4, Breathe out for 4. And hold for 4. And after a while, you'll get comfortable with it, and you'll go to 5, and then go to 6. But it's all up to you and how easy it is and how comfortable it is. Vritti are the ways. Vritti is like chakra, where it's a vortex, which it's a way. It's the cycles or the ways of our mind, and as in chitta vritti. But we're using the same technique and the same emphasis on each of the parts of our breath. That this input, this in-breath, the inviting in the new energy, first starts with the decision to breathe. And then there's a decision to hold the breath and to compress and excite the energy. And then a decision just to breathe out, where we simply shine our light. And then the decision to die or to rest and simply hold our breath with no air, resting in our true nature. And then we complete this cycle again, deciding to breathe in. Just like when we celebrate the cycles of the moon, we're celebrating the cycles of breath, the cycles of the month, the cycles of the year, the cycles of life. And before we incarnated into this life, we decided to incarnate. We decided to live. That's what this celebration of springtime is. We're deciding to live. We're deciding to plant the crops. We're deciding to live our life as our heart, as our true, authentic self. Each of the 4 decision points on May 1st, we have, some call it Beltane, some call it Beltana, where it's the beginning of the season of light, where it's the end of the season of balance. Today is the start of the season of balance, the start of the season of new life. To me, Imilig is the decision to get up every day and to live our lives to the fullest. Each breath has meaning. Each breath has purpose. Each breath has expansion. And each breath has release and rest. Sama vritti, pranayama. It's a model for our breath. It's a model for our day. It's a model for our month, our year. It's a model for life. Today, on the 2-2 portal, besides talking about duality and a master builder, because they all have to do with the same thing. Today is Vasant Panchami, or Sarasvati Puja, the springtime festival. It is the same thing as Imilig is in a different culture. Simply aligned with the moon and not the sun. Where the moon is your true self, where the sun is your true self, where the moon is the reflection of your true self, or how we see ourselves. And the earth is this physical vessel, how we manifest, what we manifest, all the things. We are all three. We are the sun, the moon, and the earth, the 1, the 0, and the 8. We are how we think, the earth, the meaning of those thoughts, the moon, and how we integrate those and apply the meaning and grow and expand, the sun, our true authentic self. The cycle of expansion, the cycle of life with regard to the three. And Saraswati, the consort of Brahma, the creative aspect of the universe, whose other aspects are Vishnu, the maintainer of the universe, or the peaceful perfection of the universe, and then Shiva, who is the Adi Yoga, the first yogi who taught yoga to the 7 sages, the rishis, who imparted the wisdom to the rest of the world. Shiva is the destroyer, in some sense, the cutter. So the three of them together represent the creation, the maintenance, and the destruction of everything that's physical. The beginning, the middle and continuation, the transformation, and the ending. Everything in this physicality has a beginning, a middle, and an ending. Everything in the divine realm has no beginning, is eternal, and has no end. It exists. That is already perfect. There is no need for it to change. It is unconditional love. It is in a realm of 0 conditions. There are no conditions to how beautiful, awesome, creative, whatever you can be. If you can think it, you can be it, because you already are it. And in this physicality, or in this matrix, or in the realm of permanence, or impermanence, this realm of creation, where everything has a beginning, a middle, and an ending. And Saraswati is the consort of Brahma, the creative. And she represents the divine feminine aspect of the creative aspect, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, the beauty. And Vishnu, the maintainer. The consort is Lakshmi, the abundance, the compassion, the wealth. And Shiva's consort, Parvati, which also represents all those things. They're all mother figures. And we are all aspects of all three of those. We are all of them combined, as the one is the all is the one. Even though we see ourselves as a fractal of this all, we are the all, and we are the one. And when we go beyond this duality, The secrets of this duality, this contrast, we incarnated on purpose with intent to be here and to be now, to explore, to expand life, consciousness as we know it, beyond what it has been. There are links down in the description for some of the science behind all this. The duality. The first link is, can you hear the difference between the sine wave and the square wave? And the square wave is simply steady highs and steady lows and really and just an instantaneous transition between the two. The video changes the frequency and allows us to hear the difference between the square wave and the sine wave at different frequencies. And the square wave to me represents duality as a human sees it. Things are black and white, light and dark, right and wrong, good and evil, all the opposites. And where one side always sees themselves as right and sees the other side as wrong, and even the other side sees themselves as right and the other side as wrong, where this viewpoint only creates more tension and more contention. And a sine wave is more of a continuous flow of this universe, of your divinity out from your inner being out to the rest of your reality. And it's interesting that the higher the frequencies go, the more they sound the same. And if we apply that to our spiritual self, the higher the vibration that we are living, the difference between right and wrong, left and right, liberal and conservative, free and bound, and the continuous flow, the differences between them are unintelligible. The square wave is not so square when we vibrate high. We see everything as the same, as divine, as beautiful, as perfect. In the next video, creating the never-ending bloom, which is so interesting. This multi-labeled individual creating things based on spirals. You are this never-ending bloom. When we see ourselves residing in our lotus of awareness, each thought is another petal unfolding in this never-ending bloom, which is our true self and our true reality. That everything we do, if we see it as divine and perfect, it is divine and perfect, and we're applying the meaning of divinity with every thought, seeing our lotus of awareness unfold in every moment, appreciating the beauty of who we are and what we have created, because there is no difference between who we are, who we think we are, and what we've created. We are one. And then for the true science geeks out there, an intuitive look at the true meaning of Schrödinger's equation from the Science Asylum. Where he goes into some math, but explains the math intuitively, but talks about it, where it's not Schrödinger's equation is what quantum wave theory is based on. And he talks about particle wave duality. Duality. Where light, when unobserved, is a waveform, and when observed is a particle. And he says that the Schrödinger equation is really the relationship between curviness to flow, to the flow of probability as time passes. Now, if we understand our universe to be this flow of probability of time as time passes, it starts to unlock everything. So if we, going back to Saraswati, by residing, by meditating, by spending time doing anything that brings out our joy. When we're in our joy, this infinite wisdom is there for us, in us, around us, ready for us to know and to understand. And the practice of listening and trusting and hearing, then the wisdom becomes real. And in this wisdom, when we understand where we focus, focuses the power of the entire universe. Where attention goes, energy flows. Matter comes into existence because of excitations in the field, in the Shakti, the true power, with intention, with focus. And if we hold the focus, dharana, one of the three aspects of meditation, by holding the focus, and the focus is dhyana, the second aspect of meditation. This allowing the information to come. By focusing it, we are stacking the odds of probability. Because energy is flowing and the excitation is flowing and density is growing where we focus with a high vibration. With a low vibration, every little slippage of focus hurts our emotions, and our emotions then take over the focus of our mind, and we lose focus. We're human. This happens. And the simple remedy to that is, when we start thinking of anything else, simply return our awareness to the visualization and our breath. And then the focus is restored and held. But when we allow this, our monkey mind, to take over, and it's not that we stop it, we notice it and simply return our awareness to the focal point. And the energy flows. Density grows. And the universe is doing its part, and we're doing our part. Not saying that we should be meditating 24/7. We should be living our life in a high vibration. Because any time that we are maintaining a high vibration, the square wave, the right and wrongness of our human conditioning, is imperceptible from the flow, the divine flow of the universe. We don't see things as right and wrong. We see things as flow and alignment and growth and expansion and bliss and love. That's what this true 2-2 portal is about. Choosing to live your most awesome life. Choosing to live as your divine self. Choosing to create with pleasure, joy, gratitude, satisfaction, ease, power, or even awesomeness. Any flavorful word that has meaning for you. It does not matter how others see it. If you are getting meaning and fulfillment out of your life, that is the only test that we ever need. Is it easy? Is it enjoyable? Is it satisfying? Simple as that. Sihotar tikanachi isahatara atana akaharotoro. In this year of the snake, the snake is the sixth symbol of the 12, halfway through. But the 6, there are 6 points in the Shatkona, in the hexagram, in the heart center. 3 points for each of the triangles of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So even this year is inviting you to live in the heart, in love with life. Siha tatahara nishko oroto orha asahata atakaranaya taharota shaka nito ora tisaka atitika hatua sakanarara tihirata ka sahanara taharota satatakananarira kashkohorata isahanaria chahata rukuta sika nar tichkora hatfua sahana asahi tora sakanara chukohora har isa hana achahara tahatu kor totor tarsana shi ariti nasahatkaraha.